Why were you taking the amoxicillin?
Oh, my wrist got infected.
Uh-huh. How did that happen that your wrist got infected?
Oh, I just got pissed off the other night at the fraternity, and I was so stupid.
Uh-huh. I'm not sure I understand.
Well, the guys at the fraternity seemed like really nice people at first, and they turned out to be jerks.
Uh-huh. And then, so what happened?
Well, we were having a party, drinking there at the fraternity house, and I cut my wrist. I broke the window. I went to the emergency room, and they sutured it up for me. The surgeons, I don't think, spent enough time making sure everything was clean. And so, I don't know. Anyway, it got infected, and I haven't talked to any lawyers yet, but there's going to be a lawsuit.
Now, I'm still not sure I understand. Do you live at the fraternity?
I'm an honorary member.
What do you mean by honorary member?
Well, I was at a bar this summer and I met these guys, and we were, do you know where the bar, Travis Bar is downtown? No. Somewhere, I can never find it. I lost my license parking on the sidewalk. Anyway, I was there having a drink, and these guys seemed like my best friends.
Yeah.
And they were so glad to have me over to the fraternity, and they introduced me to everybody and everything. Then I move in, and then they left me.
So then you broke a window and cut your wrist?
You would think that a fraternity would be an exciting place to live. But after 2 days, I was sitting in my room with nothing to do. I mean, everyone was going off, doing their little things, going to their little classes, studying their little books, going out with their little girlfriends. And it was so empty.
Yeah.
They would come in and take their lunch, and the food there is terrible. And it was boring. Nobody was there. I mean, you'd try to talk somebody into doing something, and they would always had something else to do. Well, it was just boring. It was just boring as boring could be.
So were you feeling bored when you cut your wrist?
Well, yeah, I was feeling bored. I might as well have been in San Francisco, shoplifting or whoring in the bathhouses again. I mean, do you know what I mean? I'm 30 years old.
Yeah.
And here I am living with a bunch of fraternity kids. They're self-centered. They can't deliver. And I just can't take that. I like the finer things in life. I like an intelligent conversation. And that's why I'm going to move in with Miss Pendergraft. Oh, she's done everything. She enjoys the finer things, and you can have an intellectual conversation with her. She's a wonderful person. She cares. And the sooner I move in there, the better.
How do you know Mrs. Pendergraft?
Well, I met her at the bus stop, and I was waiting there to go to my VR counselor, Mr. Hannum, and we rode the same bus together, and we got off at the same time, and we just started to talk. And she's an incredible person. She's done more things than any other person I've ever known.
And you said you're planning to live with her? Is that what you said?
Yes. I plan to go there and live with her.
Now, so you were living at the fraternity, and you're moving out of there over to Mrs. Pendergraft's. What about Mrs. Pendergraft's? What?
Oh, Mrs. Pendergraft was so wonderful. As we were talking, I mean, she's done everything. She has a big house,
Yeah.
and she has a grand Steinway piano. And I told her that I have always wanted to learn to play the piano, and she said, you just have to learn on a grand Steinway. And I mean, she does have all of those rooms, and I do need another place to go.
Uh-huh.
And she said I was welcome to come over at any time. And the sooner I go over there, the better.
So how many times have you talked to Mrs. Pendergraft?
Once.
Uh-huh.
But I knew that she meant it.
Now, you mentioned a VR counselor.
Oh, him. Mr. Hannon. He's my VR counselor. He's no good. I could do that job twice as good as he does it.
Uh-huh. What kind of jobs have you had?
Oh, I was a short order cook.
What did you do there?
Flip hamburgers.
How did you like that job? How long were you there?
I was there for a couple of days. And, you know, it wouldn't have been such a bad job. But to stand there like that and to stretch like that, I have these scars on my chest. And it was too much pain, and I couldn't do it.
You have scar tissue on your chest?
Oh, yes, when I was 17 or 18, I got really bad burns, and I guess I was in the hospital for a year. And anyway, I got these really bad chest scars, and that's why I wear these turtlenecks. People don't like to look at it. They can't stand it.
So how did you get burned?
I poured gasoline and lit it.
And then you were in the hospital for a whole year?
Oh, yes, but that's nothing. I was in the hospital for the first 3 years of my life.
What was happening the first 3 years of your life?
Oh, that's so boring. I was born with an imperforate anus, and it required a lot of surgery. And then I had complications for that. And I didn't see my family for maybe the first year. 3 years that I was there. They lived over 100 miles away from the hospital, and I just kept having complications, and I'm used to being in the hospital.
It does sound like you've been through a lot of pain. You said that you cut your wrist and you burned yourself. Have there been other times, other ways you've tried to hurt or kill yourself?
Yeah.
Why? What's going on when you want to kill yourself?
It's just that sometimes things don't work out. Things don't work out, and there's just nothing else I can do.
So you have tried to kill yourself numerous times?
Yeah.
Have you seen psychiatrists before today?
When I was little, I saw a counselor. The kids didn't like me because I had a colostomy. I wasn't sent to see a psychiatrist until after the burns.
That was the first time you saw a psychiatrist?
I've seen psychiatrists in every place that I've lived.
And how's that been?
Some psychiatrists, they're real assholes. All they do is make you want to talk, and then they take your money. They don't do anything. Nothing ever changes.
Are you seeing a psychiatrist now?
No. That's why I moved here. I heard that there were more psychiatrists here than almost any other place. And if I were going to find a good one, this would be a good place.
If you do find a good psychiatrist here, what are you hoping for?
Somebody who knows what they're doing.